Well, hello everyone. Welcome to FranTastic InSights, where we provide insights from some of the coolest people in franchising. My name is Alesia Visconti. I am the president and CEO of FranServe and Franchise Dictionary magazine. Now, FranServe is the largest franchise consulting organization in the world, and our mission is to help change people's lives through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchisors and franchise consultants, all who help their candidates explore franchise opportunities. And today, I have to say, I'm very excited to have a dear friend with me, Sharon Estroff. She is the founder and CEO of Challenge Island. And welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is a delight. I wish we were in person, but we're almost there. But it's still good to see you, even if
That's right. And we have Zoom filters.
Yeah,
That's always great. I'm gonna have to carry one around when we start going in person again.
Right.
A giant Zoom filter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Since you're on the show today, Challenge Island, can you share a little bit about what your company does, what it's about, how it got founded with you, and a little bit of its story?
Right, sure. So Challenge Island is a program that I actually started when I was a second grade teacher. I started it in my classroom, and it was always a huge hit. And it's what you would call now a STEAM program, a cross curricular program, all kinds of things that are happening now. But at the time, STEM, it really wasn't even a thing. This was 18 years ago. They still hadn't even rearranged the letters in the acronym STEM. They were calling it SMET at that point, which didn't have a lot of curb appeal. So what we were doing at the time, I think was really cutting edge, but is really something that kids need so much. So what happened was I am the mom of 4 children, and I was pregnant with my 4th child when I decided I've got to leave the teaching. I've got to get out of the classroom. I can't do it all. So I took Challenge Island, this little program that was a hit with my second graders, and started running it in Atlanta, where I live, as in the current model, basically after school programs, in school field trips, camps, things like that. And it was a hometown hit and a big success. And after a few years, it was probably about 8 years or so that I was running it. I decided that this might be something that could help other moms that wanted to, and dads that were looking for more flexibility in their life and, more control over their future and just something exciting to do. So I started franchising, and this was about 2013. We started franchising, and we are now, oh my gosh, so many amazing things going on. We have 125 franchises. We're consistently ranked on Entrepreneurs Franchise 500 and the FranTastic 500 as well. And we're ranked the world's #1 STEAM program, number 98 on top global franchises for entrepreneurs. So that's really exciting. And I think one of the most exciting, I know that Alesia is so excited with me, is that we have a book series that's coming out, and it's being the first book in the book series is being released on National STEM Day, which is November 8th, Innovate. And it's just going to be so cool. It's going to be released. We have a great publisher, a major publisher that will be coming out with the book. So you will be able to find it everywhere, every bookstore, Targets, Walmarts, wherever. And it's going to do some really amazing things for the brand, for the franchisees. And we actually have a book committee meeting later today. Our franchisees are so excited about it. We even had it written into the contract with the publishers that the franchisees can sell the book for a profit and also use the book, in a lot of our programming. So as sort of part of the packaging that we offer to the schools, they'll also bring in the book. So just beyond exciting. Lots of
Always,
great
I
stuff
will, I
happening.
have to say, Sharon, your passion comes through. You talk about doing this, starting this, what, 18 years ago, something. Your
Yeah.
passion comes through, but, I've known you for quite some time. The FranServe consultants love this brand. We love working with you. You're so
Mhm.
creative and you're such a delight. And I'm thrilled. I remember you coming to me and sharing with me very early on about the book, and I couldn't be happier for you and your franchisees,
Thank
because
you.
yes, it's going to be a wonderful
Oh
addition
gosh.
as
I
well.
think it's gonna definitely be the first of its kind. Of we are already getting all kinds of exciting feedback from the Librarians Association, the ALA, and of course the librarians are the gatekeepers of all the books. But we also so love working with FranServe and with you guys, and just like FranServe really is a family, Challenge Island really is a family, and there's just something to be said for um female CEOs, and the way I think that there's something really special. There's not that many of us out there, but that the nurturing climate, and just the unity, at least I know us, you and I, as CEOs, that's so important to us. And I think that that's a lot of the secret, of being successful.
I absolutely agree with you. In fact, I just had one of my newest members of my staff, Rob Lanson. He has named me a CEO.
Oh, that's good.
Right? Very clever, very clever.
Yes. Why hasn't anybody thought of that? That's
Yes,
amazing.
yes. I told
Yes.
them I might have to change it on my signature and cards and things of that nature, right? A CEO. I thought that was very clever
That's
of his behalf.
it's awesome.
So, Sharon, we're
Definitely.
talking a little bit about what we're doing with your franchisees and the family of Challenge Island. Let's talk a little bit about what traits you look for in a successful
Sure.
franchise owner for your organization.
Yeah. And so I think that we think a lot about that. It may be because both of my parents are psychologists, so I grew up sort of psychoanalyzing myself and everyone around me. But I think that it's really important to be in touch with who you are, and who your franchisees are, and who is going to shine with your franchise. For example, this is where I shine, with Challenge Island, obviously. But if I were looking for a franchise and I were to buy like a tax accounting franchise, I would be terrible. I would be out of business immediately. And maybe on paper it would have looked great, and everything just sort of seemed like it. Okay, why not? But the why not is because the X factor is the interaction between the franchisee and that franchise, both what you do, but also how you do it, and what the entire climate is. Because Challenge Island, we have certain litmus tests that we look for. Our Challenge Island owners have lots of things going on. They often have dogs. It seems like a kind of random, unrelated, uncorrelated thing, but there's something about sort of a dog owner, especially multiple dog owners. A lot of our owners have several dogs. That there's a tolerance for sort of action and activity always happening, and Challenge Island is very much a buzzing, active experience, and every day is different, and that's why our owners love it. But there's a lot of people that look for franchises that really, really want everything to be predictable. And I think probably in its classic sense, franchising is all about everything being exactly predictable. And so Challenge Island really is out of the box. So um, when you're dealing with children, when you're dealing with parents, when you're dealing with schools and school systems and all these outside programs that we partner with, nothing can be predictable, and you have to be ready for that. And so we're really, really honest and upfront. Um, Challenge Island, our icon is the palm tree. It's in the middle of our logo right there, and we train our franchisees from day one that they have to be a palm tree to be able to be a Challenge Island owner. Really, I think in life, to be a palm tree. But the qualities of the palm tree are this. First of all, they are flexible in the storm. So that there's the hurricane comes through, and there's all these giant oaks and pine trees, and they're just like toppled over on the ground, right? And their roots are, just like brought up. And then there's the little tiny, the little palm tree, and it's still just standing there. We're resilient. We bend with the winds. We do not break. And that is the reason that we have thrived through the pandemic. Another really interesting thing about the palm tree is that at the end of the storm, it's kind of tattered, but its roots grow stronger. So when the storm comes through, it like digs in deeper. And that's what we did. Like we dug in deeper. We remembered all the time who we are, where we're going, why we're here. And at the end of the day, and we were flexible. We went online. We were running programs in people's garages and backyards, and it worked. So we say to them, you need to be a palm tree. And we even every year at our convention, we give out a palm tree award. This year, we actually gave it to the entire franchise. Usually we'll have like one, that something didn't go as they had planned, maybe as they would have wanted, but they made the best of it and things worked out. But this year it was for everyone. We did our convention virtually, which you guys are doing. And that was actually really cool, to be able to do it virtually. I'm excited to get back together and everyone misses each other. But so I think that, yeah, that's what the Challenge Island franchisee needs to be a palm tree. They need to be enthusiastic. They're the face of the business. This is not a passive ownership business. If you need to be the one, not that you need to be teaching every class, oh my gosh, I would lose my mind, but that you are the one that is making these relationships with the schools, with the YMCAs and the JCCs and the parks and recs and everybody in the community. You're the ones that the parents know when they associate it with it. We find that that's the best way. You cannot hire someone, you cannot pay someone enough to love it like you will love it. And it's a program that's sold on passion. So I think, as we've gone through the years and we've grown, and I mean, Alesia, you've been with us since we were like little. There was a time in the beginning, the reason I got started in franchising was that a Lego program had sort of purchased Challenge Island from me and started franchising it. But thank God I was able to buy it back. I got my child back. But in the beginning, you are still trying to figure it out. And I think that at this phase in our franchise life, we know exactly who works. We know who's going to thrive, who's going to succeed, and we'll tell them. And if we don't think they're the right fit, we'll tell them that as well. There's no reason, for anybody to go through that. I think that because we call ourselves a tribe, we're an owner's tribe, and everyone is responsible for building this brand. So our franchisees are counting on us that every single person we bring in is going to build the brand with the same passion and quality and just je ne sais quoi that they have. And so that's what we do, and it works.
It does work.
Yeah.
We have seen you grow, over the years to such a wonderful and delightful brand that your franchisees have so much passion about, and you change so many kids' lives, right? By working
Yeah.
through the franchise and helping them. And I have to say, Sharon, that yes, the virtual's fun, and it's a great way to connect. But I will tell you, one of the things that I miss the most when we have our in-person convention is that your booth is always the most decorated and beautiful, and it's so
I
creative.
know. We have all our lays. We don't know what to do with them. And it's true. I think that, we always have music playing, and Robin, for those of you who haven't met Robin, our incredible chief of development, it's just, it feels different. And I think we are different. And there's a lot of prospects that will come through that are not a fit for us. But when they do come through, and when what we love most about FranServe is that they get us, like, they know who our prospect is, because the second that person comes across, they say, "Oh my gosh, I've got to introduce you to Robin." They don't send us ones that aren't a fit, because they just know us, and that's the secret. We have grown so much because of FranServe. Um,
Well, it's a
you
great
know,
friendship. It's a great partnership. And I know that your slogan about being the tribe, and one of the things I always say is your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So
so
you
true.
you see it from the leadership from you and Robin, and how it all disseminates out to your franchisees and them in terms of their clients. I mean, it is a wonderful,
So true.
exciting, and creative brand. I mean, I just love working with you, and I'm so thrilled to
Yeah.
the way that you've adapted. That's what we do, right? As entrepreneurs, we adapt to things and move
Well,
forward.
I actually kind of would get excited about that. I love the idea that we could come up with new things, and because we're mobile, and because any we don't have any kits or robotics or like computers. Like, nobody needs anything. The whole idea of Challenge Island is engineering with just regular household supplies like red Solo cups and empty toilet paper tubes. And so, because of that, we were able to totally pivot. Like, everyone, we would just send the kids on a little treasure hunt, go around the house and find this stuff. And when we go into the school, sometimes the school, we don't even into the school. Sometimes, especially during the spring, the summer is going to be awesome. We'll be able to be there, everything. But we would just send a bunch of new packaged items. This is for the kids. Give them out. We don't want them back. No germs back. Just take them. This is what the materials for the day, and then we would run the program virtually. So the kids would actually have the stuff. Then we would just run it virtually. And is it great? Is it ideal? No, it is not ideal. But was it something that worked for us in the interim while we were working things out? And did so many children have the best day that they'd had in a year because Challenge Island came in and did that for them? Yes. And now that, I mean, we were speaking earlier, the opportunities, because of what Challenge Island does and because of what we do, and probably because I was a teacher and the curriculum is very, very grounded in exactly what's happening in education, in our approach. We are getting slammed by school districts. And I mean, I can't even explain to you. One of our franchisees, who's a good franchisee, she's been here for a while and has been pretty consistent. She posted on Facebook, she said, "I made more money in April 2021 than I did in all of 2019." And she's, like I said, a consistently good franchise, but the opportunities are out of control because everybody wants what Challenge Island is bringing. We're grounded in so many standards, academic standards, but yet we approach it in this festive way. So rather than these kids who are already burnt out on school and virtual, a lot of them are going to summer school. The school districts want us to come in and, like, help meet the standards, but do it while the kids can still have fun and not suck any more life out of them than has already been sucked out. And so we are really, I mean, our ability to change the world. One of my franchisees, she posted in our owners group, she said, "This is our moment. We have been preparing for this moment forever." And I truly believe that that's true. And so we're excited. And so, like, for people who want to be part of it, you know, we're here.
I so agree with you. I do think it is your moment. And I know you also, to help your franchisees, you offer a couple of different discounts, right? I mean, I think something with
Yes.
better, right? So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we definitely participate in the Vet Fran program, and we definitely want to offer that 10% Vet Fran discount to veterans. Um, and we also made up our own additional discount group, and that is for teachers because I was a teacher. About 50% of our franchisees were teachers, and teachers don't have huge amounts of money sitting around, and so I believe that we are priced at our 39.9 30, is our franchise fee. And so we do offer that additional 10% teacher discount for educators just because we want to give them that opportunity to, if they do feel that the time has come to leave teaching, which there is currently a mass exodus to wanting to leave teaching, then we want to be there for them. And if they are the right fit, not every teacher is the right fit, I have to add. You need to have an entrepreneurial streak to you, and there are definitely teachers that I work with over the years that they just don't have that entrepreneurial streak. Um and and so we're looking for that as well. And I will also add, then people will say, oh, well, if I'm not a teacher, can I still do this? Well, absolutely, because what happens is the teachers come in and they know how to teach a class, and they can keep the troops sort of um under control, but they are missing the business sense. And that's why you buy a franchise, because you need somebody to teach you that. You need someone to give you the marketing materials and tell you how to get your SEO built up and everything that you need. So we fill in the blanks. But when we bring in the other new owners, which come from everywhere. I mean, we've had lawyers, we've had Wall Street bankers, we got a lot of people from marketing, sales kinds of thing, and because they have that personality, that we look for, and they don't know how to teach, and so we fill in the blanks for them on that side. And that's again like why you buy a franchise, because one person knows everything you have to know to be successful, including me, which is why I have my amazing tribe of corporate tribe, and actually my owner's tribe. I learned so much from my franchisees every day. So
I so agree with you. You talk about exactly that. Why do people go and invest in a franchise and want to have a franchise? And it is that, right? It is,
yes,
the success, the blueprint, as you have over years, you perfect things, right? So
yeah,
that the franchisee feels the support and the training. And that really is the whole concept of, one of the social media hashtags I use the most of franchise strong, right? I use that
yes,
probably more than I use, hashtag FranServe, right? I'm always doing hashtag franchise strong.
I love it.
And I think it's exactly what you said, right? It's that
Yeah,
community, it's that helping each
yes,
other, right? Don't you feel that way too, Sharon?
100%. I mean, I think that during COVID, some of our owners, I remember somebody said she has a friend, and she had like a clothing store, and she was just a mom and pop sort of store, and closed down immediately, had no idea how to handle the crisis, could never have done what our franchisees did, um because we have each other. And what I always tell the owners too is like, again, this is my psychology background. I was a psych major too. I was actually getting my PhD at Duke when I decided to be a teacher, but that's another story. But if you were to take like a personality test, right? And you divided everyone into four quadrants. And then you took everyone, these are the kinds of things that we would do, and tell, everyone in this quadrant, go to this side of the room, this side, that, every single one of our owners would be in the same quadrant, like the same corner of the room. And I just tell the owners, it's like, you have more in common with these people, this person who lives across the country from you, maybe across the world from you, than you have in common with some of your closest friends, because you all pick Challenge Island. And that is such a commonality between us. And they're, of course, they're all very emotional, like they love each other. They're that type of person, so they're all like best friends, and they, they text and they support each other. And if one person can't teach a virtual class, I know one of our owners had a conflict, she just put it out on their Facebook, who can teach my virtual class? And like everyone's like, I'll do it, which is a benefit of virtual, I guess. But you have this community, and if you are a Challenge Island person, you need a community to thrive, because that's your personality. I cannot be alone. Like, I need to be around people, or I just can't stand it. And that's the great thing. You get this community. And the thing with franchising is that you have all these people, they do the same thing as you, and you can compare all these notes, but nobody is directly competing with you. So it's not like, oh, I met the clothing store on the other side of me and I'm going to go tell them all my secrets, because they're like direct competitors. But in the franchise world, it's not like that. You have this community. It truly is magic. Like, every day I just pinch myself because I can't believe it, that it's real, and that I think there's also a lot of franchises that the founder is no longer around. And I think that there's something really special as well about having the founder be there, who really believes and loves this program, to its very core, and understands the program to the very core. I mean, of course, there can be problems sometimes with that too, but that, again, that's why you have your tribe to keep a check on, checks and balances,
Well, I will
as you move
say
through.
you're doing very well, all of it. I mean, in terms of having, the leadership, the passion, relying on your tribe. Robin's, delight as well, right?
Yeah.
How many times have I, been around with Robin and you guys are great, and you really do convey the essence of the brand. You truly do.
Yeah.
I just wish you had a little more passion.
Yeah. It's really exhausting being us. I mean, I have to say,
You're such a
it's
delight. You're such a
it
delight.
is kind of exhausting, but I just don't know how else to do it, and um I do always look around and I think, gosh, I wish I could be like super serious and executive like that one, and then I try it, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, it just doesn't. You just have to know who you are. And I think at this point we're confident. I remember in the beginning, it's kind of like when you're like have your first baby, or you're pregnant, everyone's like telling you what to do. And at this point, like, I have four kids. I mean, I don't need anyone to tell me what to do. And it's the same thing with the franchise. Like, everyone's going to tell me what we should be doing, and what we should be doing and could be doing different. But I'm not. Sometimes they have a good point. Like, if they have a good point, I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not going to listen. But to be able to have the confidence to continue to be who you are.
I think we all had to learn that, especially during COVID, right? When we all didn't know what to do and how to change, and it was stressful. But the franchise community, right, supported each other, as you said. I saw competitors. I put that, in the air
Yeah,
quotes, because they'd come to each other's, side and discuss things.
that's
So
so
many
true.
franchisees relied on the franchisors for, the PPP loan. I don't know how an independent could have
Oh my
ever figured that
gosh.
out, right?
I have no idea.
Yep.
No.
So I really do
Yeah.
see it being, as we, jokingly call it, but with sincerity, the franchise family, right? The Fran family.
Yeah.
And in this industry, that's what I see. And when someone comes in as a franchisee, that is what they're, buying as well, investing in as well, as the
Mhm.
community with the
Yes.
franchisor and with all of franchising, right?
And that's what is so exactly. I mean, in the franchise community, you have IFA, which supports you and lobbies, for you for things that you don't even know that you need. but they're taking care of it, and that's, I mean, there's just so many reasons to go into franchising. Um, there's it's just truly magical. I know I was not too this was before COVID. I was in DC, and they had I was in one of the museums. I think the American History Museum, and they had this whole thing about the whole first franchise when, McDonald's, the first franchise. And I just think if only like they knew what was going to be in the future and all the things that could be done with franchising. I mean, who would have thought, like, a teacher? Who would have ever thought that? It's just, it truly is like the American dream if you think about it. And we're just lucky. We're so lucky we found FranServe early on, because you guys have taught us a lot. I mean, we were so green when we first found you guys, or you found us, or whatever it was. Um, and you helped us learn so much. So
We grow together, right, Sharon?
yeah,
That's the whole beauty of it, right? We've grown up too. You've grown up, and
that's
that's really
true.
that whole tagline of be in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? That's the whole
Yes. I never
concept
even heard
of
that
the franchise.
tagline. That's
Yep,
amazing.
yep, yep. Well, my dear,
Yeah.
it's wonderful to see you, and I know everybody's a little
Same.
crazy busy. I want to thank you so much, for your fantastic insights, and I want to thank our audience for their time. And you can subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the videos. But Sharon, before we wrap up, I'm just going to turn it over to you. Any last words before we end our show today?
Gosh, well, I think that if COVID taught us one thing, it's that you cannot predict the future and you cannot control the future, and that it's okay to open yourself up to risk and uncertainty. Because one thing that we learned is that, it happens, and at the end of the day, we're all still here. We're okay, and we're going to be on the other side. And so I think for the people who are like always just, oh gosh, I'm scared, I want to do it, I got to get out of teaching, I hate my job, I don't like having a boss. Like, some people just shouldn't have a boss like me. Like, I could not, I didn't want anyone telling me what to do. And so if you're that kind of person, let the past year of 2020 be a lesson to you that it's okay to be scared for a little while and to not know what's going on, and that you will find your footing again, and that take the risk. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so take it. So that's what I would say. And if you challenge island something you would like to risk trying, and if you are not too exhausted by this podcast between Alesia and I, if you know we would love to help take that journey with you and coach you throughout your decision process, and of course throughout building your business in the years to come. So
Well, thank
that's
you,
what I
my
would
dear.
say.
And I think that's wonderful. And I do encourage the audience, if you're interested in what you've heard at Challenge Island, you can reach out to your FranServe consultant. We'd be happy to do the introductions. We'd be happy to talk to you about more. I know Sharon would be delighted to talk to you. So obviously think about the brand. It's a great brand. We've seen it grow. And on that note, we'll wrap up for today. And I just have to say, have a fantastic day.
Thank you. You too.